Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to art. Today I am working with the high schoolers on experiential learning, so you'll be working with this sub, and we're going to do a fun worksheet called What is Form? This is meant to be kind of a simple exercise to help prepare you from going from two-dimensional art to three-dimensional art. Like, not a little bit more sculpture-y than this. Kind of what Peyton did. So with two-dimensional art, we just have a width and a length. But with three-dimensional art, we have a width, a length, and a height. So we're adding a third dimension. It's not just 1, 2, it's 1, 2, 3. So that's what form is. You can create form in two-dimensional art by using shading to make it look like it's three-dimensional, but usually when we're talking about form, we're talking about sculpture. So with form, meaning our three-dimensional things, it's kind of like color where we have three different things. We have primary, secondary, and tertiary. Do you guys remember those words? Primary, secondary, and tertiary. So with our primary colors, we have our base colors, which are the primary colors. Then we mix those to get secondary colors. Then we mix a secondary and a primary to get a tertiary. With form, we'll start with like a primary form. Sorry, I just had to erase that so it looks more like a primary form, which is where we don't have any, we just have the main silhouette or outline, just the basic outline of something, except in 3 dimensions. This one is kind of 2-dimensional because it's a bas relief. It still has height though, it's just a little bit different. But what you might do for your primary form is it might be a sphere. You might have like a sphere to base something for a head, and then maybe you'll put in like the jaw. Kind of like this. And then when we go to our secondary forms, I'm going to be like, okay, well now I'm going to define the jaw. And now I'm going to define the, what is this? The t-shirt from the neck. And maybe I'll define the hair. I'm going to just basically separate the smaller forms on top of that big form. And when I do the smallest forms and the textures, that's tertiary. So when you get to your tertiary forms, it will look more like this. Right, so we started with our primary forms, then we added which is just like the silhouette. Then we added our secondary forms, which I might have made, like the head come behind this. Might have made this come in over here, but I didn't have any texture or anything. And then when I got to my tertiary, that's when I did texture. So you kind of build on it. You go 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go in order, just like we don't do our details before we do our outline. We want to do our textures after we do our primary and secondary forms. We don't want to do it out of order. So with this worksheet, oh, okay, one more thing. So there's also organic and geometric lines and organic and geometric shapes, but there's also organic and geometric forms. So based on what you remember, and I'll give you 3 seconds, I'll give you 3 seconds to pause the computer and someone can answer. What is organic? What is an organic line? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so an organic line is a natural looking line. It's like almost like a squiggly line. It's something you would see in nature. So that's like an organic line. It's not really mechanical. It doesn't look man-made. But a geometric line, who remembers what a geometric line? It's kind of the opposite. 3, 2, 1. So a geometric line is what these are. It's going to be like a straight line, like a mechanical looking line. I mean, technically, a circle can be geometric as well, because it's something that doesn't really occur in nature so much. But just think of it as like harsh lines. So are these 2 shapes over here, ignore my little squigglies, are those organic or geometric forms and shapes? 3, 2, 1. They look more like this, right? So they're geometric shapes. So we're going to make these geometric forms. And I'm going to give you 10 minutes, or the sub's going to give you 10 minutes to kind of decorate these. I don't know. What should we decorate them? Like a flower. You guys will have 10 minutes or so. You might have more, depending on which class you are, to do a little bit more. But you might want to decorate it. You'll have some markers and colored pencils to decorate it however you want. I might do like my name. This is kind of up to you. You're going to need your scissors after you're done decorating. So you don't have to do like 2 things like I did. Decorate the whole thing if you want, but be mindful of time. When it's time to start cutting, start cutting. Don't procrastinate. I'm going to go ahead and cut out the shape right here. I'm going to do this one because it's a little bit simpler. And I don't want to cut. It's very important that I'm only cutting on these straight lines and I'm not cutting on these dotted lines. These dotted lines are for folding. These straight lines are for cutting, okay? So if I did my, oh, maybe I should cut the other one out just so you can see. Or I'll just do it on this. If I did my design, like say I didn't cut it out, but I did my design like on here, like over here, then when I fold, I don't want to fold this like this because it's going to hide it. I want to fold it so that this part that says glue this side to the paper is facing out, and then I'm folding in. So I'm like meeting this side to this side, and then I'm just pressing along this line. Same over here. I'm going to meet this tip right here. I'm going to meet this tip to this tip, but like on the other side. So I'm going to meet those tips, and then I'm going to press along the lines. And I'm going to do it one more time, this tip to this tip. Same thing for the square or the cube. And now you can already see how it's going to turn into a pyramid. So now you see these little dots. We're going to use a hole punch. These hole punches are really big. So go in past the circle. You're going to hole punch the holes. So I'm going to start here. I'm looking at where my hole punch is going, and I'm going underneath that dot. Just because I don't want it to hit any of the edges. Pull it out slowly, because if you pull it out too fast, it might rip your paper. You don't want that. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it kind of messes it up. So just make sure that you're staying far away from the edges, so you're not gonna, you know, ruin it. Okay, so I did 4 hole punches. Sorry. So now I'm gonna take my scrap piece of paper, and I'm gonna pick a spot where, and I want to plan with this other piece of paper, saying, okay, this will take up this space, this will take up this space. Take some glue. I'm gonna put it on the part that says glue this side to separate paper. Okay, so I'm just gluing it, and I'm not gluing the whole thing. I'm only gluing within that triangle or square if it's the other one. And then I'm gonna press it down, just that one triangle, not the whole thing. And then now I'm going to take my string. Did I not bring string? You'll only need 2 per person, and you'll want it to be like the length of your forearm per string. So 2 strings the length of your forearm, or like maybe 12 inches. I don't know how closely those are related. And what you're going to do is you're going to have the sub put up this file so you can see what it looked like before. It's kind of hard because you have to do it backwards, because it's facing this way. But you're basically going to go in alphabetical order. You're going to start with A, which on this side it's A, so this is A. Then you're going to go to B, C, D. So you're just going to follow that on the reference. I'm just making up a piece of string out of tape, because I forgot. I think we used the string with the younger kids. So if the younger kids could do this, so can you. I don't want to hear any, this is too hard, because like the kindergartners did a great job. And, you know, our kindergartners are really smart, but you guys are a little bit older, so I feel like you guys could do an even better job. So I'm just going to push this all the way through, and then you'll be doing this with actual string. That's my bad. And half the actual string. And then I'm going to leave a lot of extra space, like this much extra space at the end. And then I'm going to tie it by just like looping it around my finger. I'm going to just tape it because I can, but with the string, you would loop it around your finger and then pull it through, kind of like a balloon. Okay, so here's the example one. This is the kind of string that you'll have. So as you can see, it's laying flat like a 2-dimensional shape, but when I pull the string, and I kind of am pulling up to get it to go the right way, you might want to press it, then it turns into a 3-dimensional shape with height, width, and length. All 3 dimensions. Same here, and that's what our other one was supposed to look like. But you'll have string, don't worry. I left them at home because I'm going to prep them. So this is not graded, and there's 2 of you that didn't do an assignment, so you currently have not a great grade in some of the classes. Okay, just check your grades. If you don't have a great grade and you're not happy with your grade, then put your name on this and turn it into me. Your name and your grade. So yeah, put your name and your grade, and then bring it to me, and then I'll give you a little bit of extra credit. Okay, sounds good? Okay, great. Go to work, be nice to your sub, and clean up after yourself, please. Okay, good job, guys. Bye-bye.